Well, bad idea or not, we are live.
Woohoo! Hello and welcome to another night of Dungeons and Dad Jokes. If this is your first time, please subscribe. You never know what we're gonna get into, and enjoy the show. I guess we are a little. Well, I'm a little off my game. I don't know about anybody else. I'm just a little off my game. All right, what
It's
happened last week?
nice to see you back in your own window.
Yes, instead of sitting in the corner over there, I am back home. All right, what happened last week? The group quickly assessed, having shown up on a battlefield, quickly assessed the two units on the battlefield and jumped into action, aiding those from Rormon. Once the enemy commander was defeated, the 8 remaining fighters from the other unit surrendered. As the group began to head back to Rormon, a black drake approached and landed. Its rider, clad completely in black and her face covered, slid down and engaged Commander Shunro in conversation. Shunro referred to this rider as Mistress Fallon. Fix quickly picked up on this and subtly sent her a message to meet. As she began to remount, she responded to meet her at the Twisted Copper. Soon the group was headed into the city with the Rormon fighters, aiding them with the prisoners. Along the way, they quietly discussed some of the secrets they held. Kadeth shared about the blood ritual and the importance of this remaining out of the public eye. Fix shared that his mother is also known as Mistress Fallon, also emphasizing the necessity of the secret. Once in the city, they are paid for their assistance and they head to the tavern. Forsyth goes to a nearby tavern, as not to be seen inside the Twisted Copper, but stays close enough to come if trouble arises. Kadeth, Seeker, and Evangeline headed to the room on the upper level, ready in case Fix needs their help. Fix joins his mother in a private back room. There, he shares the agreement that he had made with Lady Guerra, as well as what he knows about her armor and the castle layout. Arias, Fix's mother, knew much of this, but learns about the mage from Fix, Devakri. She also warns Fix about Guerra, and informs him that she has tried to keep him from being known in the courts. Many do not know she had another son. When asked why she was there, she let him know that she is rather protective of Vermont, as this is Fix's home. We are still sitting in the tavern having a discussion.
Or a drink.
Or drink. And you had more questions, I'm assuming. At least I thought you said you had more questions, and we would pick it up this week.
Yes. I did not get as much time to think on that as I wanted. Well, I had the time. I didn't take the time or the opportunity to. Uh, what happens to your organization when you decide to retire or are forced to retire?
It will probably be the latter. Um, my successor is still yet to be determined. Oh, I didn't write them in here. Hold on a second, let me find it. I really need to put that underneath your name instead of somewhere random. It could be Gidna or there it is, Brumon. It is still yet to be determined. That would be your sister and your brother. Your sister, the eldest of all of the kids, and Brumond is the eldest son.
What was Brumon's attitude or personality? Was he the brutish one or the conniving one?
He's more brutish.
Sister's the conniving one.
Uh, He is more brutish. The conniving one was Gabion.
Huh. Why haven't you decided that?
You know your family. Gidna is definitely more level-headed on many things, but she has a soft spot.
So do you.
Fair.
And my brother?
Well, he has less mercy. That's for sure. But
And,
sometimes that's his downfall.
and far less wit.
Far less wit.
Hmm. Okay. What of father?
Oh, when I leave, father leaves.
Does
He's
he...
only there for me.
Hmm. Did you start this organization or simply inherited it?
I inherited this.
Through family or through acquisition?
Acquisition.
Interesting.
Are you concerned about who runs the Jagged Dream? I don't intend on going anywhere anytime soon.
Concerned... Not for the immediate future, but it is definitely something to be thought, to be considered.
Well, it's definitely under consideration.
I do feel that you will do disservice to what you've maintained if you choose my brother,
Huh, how so?
because he will not use any tact. He will be as an owlbear in a china shop.
That is true. This is true. Perhaps he needs to learn more of ways of court and social graces.
And battlefield graces. Not just in the mud, but
Yes. I will take that into consideration.
I need to tell you something, Mother, that is going to possibly tarnish your view of me.
Oh, how so? Oh, well, just tell me. Just tell me.
I have slightly expanded our circle of trust.
To whom?
Those who I travel with. Those who I have been bound by the gods too, in one way or another.
And you trust them?
With my life. And obviously with yours, it seems.
Well, if you trust them, so shall I then.
I appreciate that. And I have. It was in a agreed upon to keep it secret from all. Under no circumstances is it to be shared.
Yes, that is good. It's only a few who know this. Our family, of course. Your father. And now apparently, the group you travel with.
Yes.
This must be guarded.
It shall be. But I felt that as much as we have interacted with you and the Jagged Dream, it would be best if they knew that this was not simply an organization that would turn on us at a whim or on a whim.
Well, this is true. I will do my best to ensure protection for your group, but, I do have business elsewhere. And quite frankly, I'm not normally out of key.
Understood. And you do know you can call on me if you need anything from me. I know you want to keep me out of this, but it doesn't seem like that is going to happen.
Well, keeping you out of the business of the Jagged Dream, I'm doing my best. However, seems the gods have other plans.
He gets a bit of an exacerbated look of like, yeah, yeah, they seem to have that.
They are,
They are a fickle bunch.
they meddle. I tried to keep them out of, oh my gosh, what is going on here tonight? That's it, I'm using that one. Oh my gosh. I haven't rolled above a 10 yet. Yeah. Not even sure how many of them actually exist. I know your father followed Tyr for a while, but in aiding me, he turned his back to his oaths.
It is interesting how all this is connected.
We shall see how connected in the future, I'm sure.
Well, we by chance just teleported into a battlefield of your arranging.
Well, this is true. Point taken. I just take that as happenstance. Apparently you did not.
Once or twice could possibly be a coincidence, but there's just too much going on.
I see.
But before my friends get a bit antsy, I think I should depart. Are you free? Are you leaving soon?
I will be leaving soon. Fix. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, am I being cast upon?
You're not being cast upon.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I guess you are being cast upon.
What is my wisdom saving throw? Do I feel it?
You are going to feel something. What is your wisdom saving throw?
That
Or
is.
maybe you're going to feel something.
All right. Oh wow, this better be good because I have a very bad modifier to that. It is not a 0, but it's not much more. $18.
18. All right. You are going to feel very briefly the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Was somebody trying to scry on me?
Do you know the scrying spell?
I know of the scrying spell.
You know of the scrying spell. It would be something similar to that. Scrying, clairvoyance, clairaudience, something that would give them access remotely, per se,
Well then.
to some degree.
He looks to his mother and says, "Did you feel that?"
She says, "For what?"
Somebody's trying to eavesdrop.
Well then, perhaps our conversation either should remain business or I will see you again.
Yes. Perhaps sooner than you might think if things go to plan.
Very well.
He'll go and he'll give her a hug and kiss and like his whole like professional like I'm a big bad adventurer demeanor drops as he goes over and he gives her a big hug.
All right. She will return in kind. And
Now are
Feel
you
free.
Mama's little boy?
He's always been Mama's little
it's
boy.
always been Mama's little boy. Feel free to enjoy the room, enjoy the food, enjoy the drink. On me.
Much appreciated. I'll have my companions join me then.
All right. And I will see you soon.
Yes.
She pulls up her headscarf, wraps it, and walks out.
With that, he'll hit the little communicator and tell everybody he's alive and where to meet him. That we have free food and drink. Figured that would get Forsyth there.
Free food and drink.
Beam me up, Scotty.
All right. I'm assuming you all will join him.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. You all head down. Seeker is with you. You all head down into the private room where Fix gave you direction. As you walk through the door, roll me. If you're trained in it, roll me Arcana. Otherwise, you may roll me perception as you walk through the door.
If Fix is trained in Arcana, should he roll?
You're not, unless you've walked through the door, you're
Oh,
okay. But you can roll me a perception if you'd like. What was that, Forsyth?
23.
Yeah. A big 13.
18
13.
perception.
18.
I got a whole 10.
Well, that's higher than normal. You're not looking at the ground anymore. You're learning that your feet aren't that, interesting.
Hey, I gotta watch where I'm going.
Big shoes and the joy buzzer.
And the joy buzzer. All right. Forsyth and Cadet, you're both gonna have a little tingle go across your skin as you walk through the door. You don't really pay much mind to it. Like protection spells and various other things. You kind of get that idea. Not a big deal. You do know that Fix was meeting his mother here, so there might have been a protection spell of some kind. You're not sure. So you don't really pay much mind to it. Same thing for both of you. Evangeline, you walk through this door and you get a sudden sense of dread. You walk through and your hairs are standing on end. You know something's gonna happen. You turn around and you're gonna see the same thing Fix sees. Seeker's walking in right after you. Before you even have a chance to say anything, he starts to walk through that door and he just completely disappears.
Uh-oh.
I will respond in a manner to try to find him and call for him.
You get no response for calling for him. Do you try to go back through?
I will.
Okay. The tingling sense is less this time.
Can you detect magic, Cadet, please?
Sure. I will cast Detect Magic.
All right, you cast Detect Magic, and what you find is the aura of basically like a teleportation spell of some sort. One of those transmutation. I'm looking real quick. Oh man, I got like, oof. Conjuration. Conjuration. You're gonna see conjuration quickly diminishing. The aura of conjuration quickly diminishing, as if a teleportation spell suddenly was there and then not there.
So he just got suddenly teleported away from here.
Mm-hmm.
You all will notice Evangeline gets extremely panicky. And I begin to look to see if I can find even the slightest clue as to where he may have gone to. I know what's ringing.
Your extra ears.
My extra ears. Too much pressure against my hearing aids.
Are you going to be able to still hear us?
Sure, I'll just turn up my headphones.
Just thought I'd ask.
It just dawned on me what I was hearing. That was the pushing against my hearing aids.
Aha.
Anyway. Yeah.
Does it seem like the same kind of teleportation as when we've all been teleported. Teleported. Teleport.
Teleportated.
Yes. When we were all teleported by the gods.
Probably something very similar. It's different than when you were teleported from place to place, but it does have similar qualities of when you were teleported by the gods. It had a teleportation is the best way to describe it, but it had almost a ripping or tear of place, time type of feel to it when you were teleported and whatnot by the gods. And this has that similar feel to it.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, because I don't know of any other way to quickly try to communicate this, but I'm going to pull out my sword and hoping that it works somewhat as some sort of communication with the Raven Queen. Just because it was made by her or blessed by her or whatever. Essentially ask the sword, is Seeker in a safe place?
You will get a humming sound. Only you hear it from the sword. It will hum, almost a buzz.
It doesn't know the words.
Yeah,
It's got to learn how to talk first.
you start hearing the word watermelon for some reason.
Watermelon?
Well, that's
You
what I
know
was always
watermelon.
told to mouth if I couldn't remember the words to a song in choir.
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
You've been there, Chuck.
Oh, I know. I've been there many times. I've done it a couple times.
You will hear that buzzing sound almost start to clear up into almost it's crows is what you're hearing. Starts to clear out and it's crows. And as the sound starts to dissipate a little bit, you do hear a softer voice that says, only he can determine that. His actions will determine.
And there's nothing we can do.
Not at this time.
Very well. And I'll look at Evangeline and say, well, I think he's as safe as he can keep himself, and there's nothing we can do about it at the moment, so we'll just keep hoping that he comes back to us in one piece soon.
How can you be certain?
Well, I just asked the sword, but I think the sword is a way to communicate with the Raven Queen in some way, since she blessed it at some point or put her power into it in some way. So I figured I'd ask it and see if I got a response, and I did. It was weird, but so at this point, I think we just need to move on, and he'll find us eventually, hopefully soon.
Question, Jody.
Yes.
With who Fix is a cleric of, and his study of forging and everything, would he be versed or knowledgeable in any way regarding sentient weapons?
Um, yes, to a degree. Um, Gond is more of a machinist,
Mhm.
although he does do some weaponry forging. So yeah, you would know that sentient weapons often contain an essence of usually a sorcerer or wizard or demon of some kind within the sword itself, which is what makes it kind of sentient. Um, most of these weapons, they'll bond with somebody. Um, some of them are cursed, some of them are excellent to work with, but the bond can cause unwilled action, per se. Um, but other than that, um, how to find a sentient weapon or is this weapon sentient or not, you really don't know about that. You just kind of have that general knowledge of sentient weapons are
Exist.
kind of, yeah, they exist. Yeah.
But was it in the Raven Queen's voice?
I don't know, was it?
Yeah. Once the crows settled down.
So it was her voice. It wasn't somebody else's.
Yeah.
Hmm. Fix
So in
would
one way or another, this was really her.
yeah. Fix would give him that warning of it may be her and it may be granted to you by her, but if this is a sentient weapon, be careful what it asks you to do or forces you to do.
Well, always careful.
I'm gonna draw on my religion knowledge, not my religion, because now I really
Yeah.
think that if there really are gods, they're no good.
They are no good.
I'm
Talking to
dig.
you from weapons.
I rolled a natural 20 for a 26.
Oh my goodness. All right. Your knowledge
I'm
of
digging
religions
deep
of
in
old.
anger.
Yes, you are. Your knowledge of religions of old. Doing those studies, usually related to some kind of Numenera, is usually why you did these studies. Your knowledge of religions, oftentimes, Fix mentioning a sentient weapon. Often than not, you find these sentient weapons often have ulterior motives. I'll put it that way. Whether it be good or bad, they almost always have ulterior motives. But the idea that a god speaking through a weapon is unusual, but you've studied all kinds of things about holy symbols, and holy symbols are often used to commune with gods in religions of old. That was their connection to their god, and so they would communicate through their holy symbol. At this point, you're wondering, is the sword actually a sentient weapon, or is it more like a holy symbol? That's kind of what you're getting out of your natural 20.
Either way, I'm not buying it.
Well, it's not for sale. Kadath wants to keep it.
Either way, I'm not buying it, and you will see distress, anger, tears, as Evangeline turns and looks and says, "The Order must know what just happened," and turns to walk away.
Why? Can they do anything?
They're just as likely to be able to do something as you can.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm trusting Kadath's connection. If I say we give Seeker time to do what he needs to do before we go raising flags that may cause more chaos than we really want.
how do you know Seeker's doing this? How do you know somebody's not doing this to Seeker?
Well, the gods have been doing things to us this whole time. I didn't say that
Very true.
he was the one doing it, but
But do
according
they
to what
not feel that
Kadath
that's their
said,
prerogative?
yeah, according to what Kadath said, Seeker holds his fate in his own hands. Give him a fortnight. Give that trust in Seeker that we all must, that he will do what he can to get back to us. And then, if not, we will raise the lands in search of him. Please? And he's like looking all
I
like
like the guy.
he's like a really cute dwarf right now.
He's kind of grown on me, you know, sort of like a fungus.
Hey, he's a fun guy, all right?
But his
You
name's
this-
not Gus, so he's not a
You
fun guy.
realize,
He's a
I
fun
think that
guest.
they would all realize in this very second, DM, that up until this point, Seekers who Evangeline trusted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fix understands that.
That's one of us.
And that's why he's like trust Seeker to get himself back. Because if we inform the order and he returns, he will then have to answer questions that he may not want to answer.
Very well. But when the time comes.
When the time comes, I will come with you to tell them ourselves. Or I'll stand outside of the door, whichever you prefer.
I have your word.
You have my word.
Evangeline will gently turn and will walk back into the room and have a seat. Quietly. Broodingly.
Fix will pour her a glass of the wine and pass it to her. Not say a word, just hand it over like, I know you need this.
Sure, I will drink. Sipping. Slowly.
Fix will drink and he'll actually pull out like pieces of the leather for his forge and start working on that. I think it'd be kind of a somber moment with Seeker just disappearing, so he won't be the one to start talking yet.
Yeah.
It's Fix.
Give him
He'll
time.
probably start talking eventually.
All right. So you take some time. You work on the forge. You get it mostly completed. Pretty functional. The night is waning. It's getting late. Is there anything you wish to discuss, or do you wish to just head to bed? Ponder Seeker's disappearance? Or is there anything you wish to discuss other than?
Fix would look at them after however long and would just be like, just so you know, I did inform my mother that I brought you guys into the fold. She wasn't exactly.
And she accepts that?
She accepts that. I don't know that I would say she's ecstatically happy about it, but she
I
accepts
will
it.
look at you over the edge of my spectacles like, really?
Would you prefer that she learned it from me or from some other method? Some other happenstance?
Personally, I would prefer that she didn't ever find out.
Well, yes, but
But it is better that she heard it from you.
yes, as they say, shit does happen, and I wanted to avoid that.
I will get up and I will walk over and I will check out that forge.
And he'll just kind of like his whole attitude just shifts, and he starts talking about the forge and how it folds here and you move, and then it packs up like this, and it's about the size of a large suitcase, and then you can put it in the portable hole, and we can just take it with us. That way, no matter where we're at, we can forge, and if need be, if the noise is too detrimental, we can have somebody cast silence on the forge, so therefore we can forge in silence.
For the first time ever, Evangeline didn't get disgruntled with his long story.
He takes a
Time you're
breath.
It's extremely fascinating.
He takes a breath.
You're
Though,
only gruntled.
yes.
Only gruntled.
But you have to be careful because there's times when you're forging and you use the sound of the reverberation of the metal to determine if it is getting weak, if it's getting, if it's at the right spot. So the silence might be a detriment. We'll have to keep that in mind. Like he just goes on about this. It's when you ask somebody about one of their passions and they just blah 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 blah, blah that's fixed right now.
That is happening.
I will do a thorough investigation of the forge. And if there's anything that I feel that needs a little tweak, I will reach down and tweak it.
All right.
And Fix won't have a care of that.
Yeah, you guys have worked on enough things together already.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll me your forging with advantage.
Oh, I can do that. Forging is what I do now. It would be help if I. It would help if I rolled a d20 and not a d12.
D12s are good for me.
27.
Dang, can't get that on a D12.
No.
Well, you can with
with
a
a
plus 15.
That's true.
He's close at a plus 10.
At your 27, with Evangeline helping you tweak a little bit, you are going to complete this forge tonight.
He will beam and thank her. He'll actually with her, if since it's with her help and everything, and he notices it's finished, he'll get all happy. He'll give her a hug. He's not even doesn't just gives her a hug and gets super happy and starts he starts test forging stuff on it.
Test forging. Grab a piece of metal and start going at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right there in the tavern. All right. Kadath and Forsyth, is there anything in particular you're doing while you're in this room other than eating and drinking?
Watching the antics of the dwarf and the human.
Yeah, laughing at the storyline.
Well, not anything specific, no.
Okay. All right. Well, as the evening wanes on, I'm going to assume you disperse into your rooms.
Yeah.
Sleep for the evening. Okay. With no discussion of anything further other than the forge getting finished, you guys go to bed. Kind of somber. A little excited on Fix's end, but still somber at the missing compatriot. As you sleep throughout the night, the sleep is restless, but only through concern for the friend. You will get a long rest, so if you've used anything, by all means,
Salmonex.
take it back. Yep. But you will receive the benefits of a long rest.
He won't or we won't.
You will. You all will.
Oh.
I don't know about Seeker. I don't know about Seeker yet. I gotta write his story to him. I gotta tell him what's happening.
You got whisked away to Nowheresville, man.
Yeah, he does have forewarning with that. I think I got bit by a mosquito. It itches so bad, and now I've got a little bump. Sorry, distractions. So in the morning, you wake up. Though it was a restless sleep, you do feel refreshed. Today's a new day. You guys go downstairs, get some breakfast. What are your plans? You guys meet up for breakfast and discuss.
Where do we think he went?
As I walk past Seeker's room, I will look inside and cast See Invisibility.
When you cast See Invisibility, you will see a small orb floating in the corner of his room.
I will walk towards and investigate that small orb.
All right. Roll me an investigation.
A dirty 20.
All right. With a dirty 20, you walk up to that orb and you realize it's very similar to like a scrying stone that you've seen with some of the priests of the order. But it looks very similar to like a scrying stone. Somebody's scrying on this room.
I will look
Right now.
straight into it and furrow my brows and scowl so that whoever's scrying knows that I know. And I will turn around and I will walk out
Okay.
and I will go down to breakfast.
Alrighty.
That old country song, Who's Scrying Now?
Who's
Scrying now? Who's scrying now, you orb?
You orb. All right. You guys meet up in breakfast. You see Evangeline with a scowl on her face.
So what's different? I mean,
Evangeline's always grumpy.
scowly. Only when people are talking to me.
I'll look at Evangeline and say, so no, I'm guessing no change overnight.
Our little ear thingies, we have to verbalize, right?
Yes, but it can be a whisper.
It can be a whisper.
I will be very, very quiet. And I will use the communication devices to make it more clear. There's a scrying orb in Six's room. Or in Acre's room.
Really?
Interesting.
And whoever's watching that room knows I know that they're watching that room.
Well, if they know, then... Can you show me where it's at?
I can.
And as he's walking, he's pulling out a quill and piece of parchment. Because he doesn't know
Okay.
if it's visual only or auditory or what, so.
All right. All right. You guys walk up to the room.
Yep.
Cadeth and Forsyth, are you staying downstairs or are you going to walk up with them?
oh, just out of curiosity. To see if they
Yeah.
get themselves in
Yeah, I'll
trouble.
go with him.
You also go with them? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You walk up and you enter
Someone
the
else
room.
is paying the bar tab anyway.
That's true. You walk into the room, Evangeline. Your seeing visibility is probably still going. I wouldn't say it took too long to do that.
It
you
lasts
see
for
that-
an hour.
Okay, that it's definitely going then. For some reason, I had 10 minutes in my head.
I did too. That's why I checked.
So you do see that the orb is still there. Just seems to be lingering in the upper far corner, where it can view the room and the door.
I will point that out. And since my see invisibility is still up, I'll go back to my own room and check my own room.
Your own room, you don't see anything. Nothing standing out.
Fix will hold up a piece of paper, and on it it'll say, "Can we help you?" Question mark.
You will receive no response. And you also don't know exactly where the orb is, so you don't know if it's moving or anything.
No, I'm just holding up in that general direction. He'll take it down, turn it over,
Yeah.
and he'll write on it again and hold it up, and he'll say, "Were you spying on us, or were you just trying to catch somebody doing hanky-panky stuff in the tavern? Are you one of those?"
Hey.
I will come back to the room
Okay.
And
after I'm done in my room.
and she'd probably see the sign
Yeah.
and be able to tell me if it's still there or not.
The orb. See how long it lasts. 'Cause it might be blinking out. So I forgot to look at that part. Okay. It is still there at the moment.
Well then. Shall we just leave it?
Probably a wise thing to do.
We can't exactly take it with us.
He'll take another
No.
piece. Oh, go ahead.
It's a magical orb, not a physical orb,
Right.
right?
Correct.
Because it's
Correct.
invisible.
Right.
He'll take another parchment and he'll write on it, "Magical spying orb in the room. No hanky-panky. Unless you're into that thing." And he'll put it on the wall.
On the wall.
That's fantastic. All right. And you all turn. You begin to leave out. About this time, Evangeline, as you kind of keep glancing at it, you will see it. It blinks out.
Do you know how long those spells last? If she told us that it blinked out.
I would. Actually, would have told you ran them off.
You scared him.
Should I roll Arcana, or do I know?
You would probably have a general idea that they last around 10 minutes.
Okay. They last around 10 minutes, which means that it must have been created right
Recently.
prior to my casting see invisibility.
It is also possible that... Did you tell us that you went and checked your room?
Yes, I will.
It's also possible that they may have cast it in one of our rooms previously and it just expired. Well, I hope they enjoyed the show, so let's be on our way.
Dinner and a movie.
It was an exciting show in my room last night as I tossed and turned angrily.
All right. You are... I don't know where you guys are going. Talk to me. Have you guys planned?
Well, we were going
We're going
to
to
the
breakfast.
southern, well, breakfast, but then the southern place where there was more turmoil.
Yeah, we were
We are
going
going
to
to the
Cannon
foundation
Stone,
stone.
or
The
Foundation
foundation stone, that's it.
Stone.
Foundation
So-
stones are just to the north of the southern wall.
Right.
Both were mentioned.
And
I'll
Evangel,
go.
I would not fuss about that because I would know that Seeker would know that that's where we would be.
Yeah. I'll go. I can go. Well, yeah. I can start asking around at, magic shops and whatnot, and see if we can find a person who can teleport us closer.
All right.
I'm going to leave word with the proprietor
Okay.
that if he shows up, they leave word. They tell Seeker where to seek.
All right.
Basically, I'm going to put it in a non-committal way. We continued on to where we were going in the first place, knowing that he will understand that.
That he will.
Right. Because I don't want to tell them where we're going, but I do want to tell him.
All right.
Question: does anyone know about how much gold we should have?
I got a little over 1,000, but then
Yeah, Forsyth's
You
got
don't
more
count.
than most.
I've been picking a few
I've got
pockets
five-
along the way.
I've got like 533 right now.
And I
But
have
that would be pretty accurate.
I have 732, but I don't ever spend my gold.
Right, I haven't spent it much
Yeah.
either.
I
so.
have
Not
I have
much.
1,015. So
Have you not been putting gold on your character sheet?
I
We
plead the
have
taking
fifth.
gold out of other people's.
The difficult part is like sometimes we divide it, sometimes we don't. So that
We
gets a
have
little bit
it.
hard to.
Somewhere we have 70. Hold on.
The last thing you got was 200 gold that you did divide.
Yeah.
Well, it was
we have
1,000 gold.
75 gold that we did not divide. That we found on the battlefield.
Right.
And I think that's the only gold that we haven't divided because when we first started out, we divided it for ease of carrying. Because we didn't have a
You don't have a bag.
party
Or
bag.
didn't have a bag.
We didn't have a party bag. We didn't get to the party quick enough to get a goodie bag.
We
Gotcha.
had a party bus, but no party bag.
Yeah,
Gold is
party
coming so slow right now. I need my armor.
Gold comes slow when you're young.
boat. You work hard now so you can play hard later.
Well, you could have joined the city guard and you could have got a regular gold check.
I'd rather join the Jagged Dream.
You would probably get gold faster.
Entirely possible.
Nepotism and everything.
Yep. Exactly my thoughts.
All right, Cadet, you go wandering about the city looking for Mage's Guild or whatnot, and you do find a small shop, kind of off the beaten path, that you think is probably a good place to go.
Okay.
It's in diagonally on just sorry, I got totally distracted by the little devil on Joe's screen.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
Well,
Uh-oh.
I'll go there and see what I can find out.
All right. You walk in. The door creaks. It's the It's dark. It's poorly lit by some candles. It's cramped. There's lots of stuff just scattered about the room. The room itself, as you walk in, even though it's really cramped, you probably figure this room is no more than maybe 20 by 20. You do see like a back door that has a curtain over it. Well, it's not really a door, it's the pathway, but there's a curtain that kind of crosses it. Roll me a perception.
Great.
You can do it.
5.
5.
Never
Okay,
mind.
walk in. I gotta give you the chance, please. You walk in. What's your passive?
11.
Okay. You walk in and immediately you see off to the right of you as you walk in is a cat that's just sitting there. It kind of catches the corner of your eye. And it's just sitting there. It doesn't seem to be moving, meowing, or anything. Like the tail's not even twitching. Not quite
This
sure
is
if it's real.
McGonagall.
You're not sure if it's real or if it's stuffed, like taxidermy, or what. I mean, it looks like real fur and stuff. It's not like carved out of wood or stone or anything. But you're not really sure as you kind of walk by.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
With your detect magic, you will see several things in the shop glowing. The wall sconces are glowing. Well, the candles themselves, not the sconces, but the candles are glowing. The cat is glowing. Several small vials on various shelves are glowing. There are a few devices of some kind that's glowing in some areas. You will see that there's an area of like parchment and stuff. Some of that is glowing. And the curtains themselves are glowing.
Okay. What about the cat?
Yes, the cat is glowing.
Sorry, I missed that.
Are we with you?
I mean, I wouldn't have turned down the assistance for sure.
Fix would have gone.
Evangeline's lost her hangout partner, so
I'd
she
follow.
would go. I would go.
Okay, so we're all there.
So
You're all there.
the cat looks real, except it's not moving, right?
Except it doesn't move, yeah.
And it's
not moving.
magical.
And it is magical.
Could be a familiar.
Could be.
I'm not familiar with them.
Fix will take like a piece of ration, like a piece of jerky or something, and go and like, here, kitty, kitty. As we, just not like anything special, just while we're waiting for the shopkeeper, might as well feed the cat.
And I will walk around the room, just kind of checking out the stuff on the shelves.
Okay. All right. You will get a little bit of reaction out of the cat. You will hear the cat mew, although it doesn't look like it moves. You'll hear it mew. And then all of a sudden it's at the food. Like, either it moved really fast or it just was there and now it's here.
Wait, is this a blink cat?
I've heard of
cat.
blink dogs. I've never heard of a blink cat.
Now you have.
I'll just look at it and say, well, that was different.
Yeah, I want one of these. Can I get one, Kadath?
Please.
I mean, if you can find one and you can take care of it, go for it. I don't care.
But I ain't gonna feed it. Or clean its litter box.
He'll feed it the meat and feed another piece and tentatively see if it'll let him pet it.
As you kind of entice it with another piece, yeah, it'll let it pet you. Or it will let you pet it. I'll get it out eventually.
Oh, it's such a cute little kitty. Wonder what your name is. Does it have a collar?
It does not.
Hmm.
You will hear a disembodied voice, in essence, say, "Shallow."
Your name is Shello. Well,
Yes, his name is Shallow.
Pleased to meet you, Shello.
Hello.
Hello, Shello. Not to be confused with the cello.
After a moment, you will see a man appear behind the small counter near the back wall where there's a curtain. You will see him become visible. He will say, "If Shallow likes you, I can do business."
Shellow's cool. Is he a blink cat?
Yes. That is the best way to describe him.
Interesting.
Where can I get one?
You see, you don't really acquire a blink cat, they acquire you.
Well, one can hope.
Keep hoping for one, and maybe it'll appear.
And he'll pull off like a big piece of jerky and like leave it there at Cello's feet before he stands up and goes and stands next to Kadath.
Maybe you could ask it to tell its friends and have one of them join you.
Yeah, tell your friends we're awesome people. Well, I'm an awesome person. They're okay.
They're okay.
I just kind of shake my head at Fix.
Fix is conversing with the cat.
And turn to look at the guy. Hello, my name is Nermac. I was wondering if you might have
Wait, what?
what?
Your name is not Naramac.
Oh, wow.
Um,
My brain is not working today. If you can't tell.
Campaign.
We're being spied on, and Kadath is now
That
Nermac.
wasn't
Huh?
person either.
Seeker disappeared. Kadath changed his name. What's going on?
Nermac's higher level too.
Yes, he is.
Okay. My name is Kadath.
I mean, if all we have to do is identify as somebody and we get their levels, well, okay.
Well.
Oh no, it'd be a replacement in this case.
Oh. I'm enjoying Fix.
Alright, so I tell him, my name's Kadath. I was wondering if you might have the ability to, or know of someone who does have the ability to teleport us further south. Perhaps Farbron, or if as far as the Foundation Stones, we would love to be able to get there sooner. But even as far as Farbron would help at the moment.
Farbron.
Or Brone. I don't know how that's pronounced.
Yeah, I like Bron. We can do Farbron. Perhaps I can get you to Farbron. Ow. There we go. Shallow. Fetch. You will see Shallow disappear.
It really is a blink dog disguised as a cat.
If you don't mind, Farbron is. You're pushing into the beyond. Your destination is the Foundation Stones, you say?
Our eventual destination, yes.
Planning on traversing those in some manner?
I think we'll figure out what we're doing once we get there. But we do have business that takes us there.
Well, just be warned, many have tried, and those who have tried, not only do they not succeed, or maybe they do, they just never return.
Well, we have a bit of a knack for doing things that others have either failed at or never thought to do.
Best of luck to you. He holds out his hand. And as soon as he holds out his hand, Shallow pops up and places a scroll in his hand. I can get you to Farbron.
I appreciate it. What would the cost be for this?
For you, he glances at Shallow for a moment. Shallow says to make it on the house.
Well, you certainly have one interesting friend there in this cat.
Companion.
Friend indeed. Companion, yes.
It's not a pet, it's a companion.
Well, friend.
I said
companion.
cat.
Oh, I
so-
thought you said pet. My bad.
No.
Never mind.
Cat.
No,
A friend and a cat.
Oh,
friend in this cat.
gotcha. With that, Fix will take more of his jerky and take a big chair off of it and give it to the cat.
Shallow will take it. The wizard just kind of shakes his head. He will walk to the curtain. He will use the scroll. He has the scroll in his hand. He doesn't even open it, but he has the scroll in his hand, and he taps the curtain in a couple of places, and then throws the scroll. You've never seen spells cast this way before. It is the strangest thing you've ever seen. He throws the scroll. It goes through the curtain. And then he takes a step back and motions you through the curtain.
I appreciate your assistance. One day maybe we'll find a way to repay you. In
Very
some
well.
appropriate way. And I'll step through.
All right. Who follows? Don't everybody jump at once.
Fix is petting the cat still.
Somebody might have to drive
Forsyth
them away.
is investigating items on shelves and such.
I stepped through the portal, so
Yeah. Oh, death is already through, guys. Okay, you're investigating some items. Are you
Pilferable?
self-rubble? All right.
You
Roll
hear
me
my
a sleight of hand.
you hear my voice in your head. Leave that alone.
Leave that alone.
18.
18. All right. You You get, as you hear Kadeth going, come on, or you hear him kind of through the door, you're able to kind of scoop up as you're kind of turning away. You scoop up a vial and you pocket it. I'll tell you what it is later.
Okay.
I will walk to the portal,
Mm-hmm.
but I will stop just shy of stepping in. And I will turn and look back. And then I will step through.
All right. You step through. Followed quickly by Forsyth. He doesn't want to get caught with the potion on his person. Especially by Shallow. There's something weird about that cat.
As they step through, Fix will actually he'll finish petting Shallow and tell him it was nice to meet him, and turn and look to the wizard or the caster. Don't know that he's a wizard. And ask, "Can you cast Dream?"
Yes.
Good to know. I might be back for your services once I get everything else in place. Thank you. And he walks through. He kind of gives him a little bow, and if he starts to talk, he'll wait. But if he's just,
Nope.
He'll walk through.
All right. You all walk through. As you walk through, expecting to, who knows what you don't know what to expect, actually. None of you have really been this far south. Before you lies a tall stone wall as you step forward out of an archway. This archway you see is kind of at the edge of trees. And when you step forward, you're stepping out of this archway. And before you, you see tall stone walls that help protect a city. A rather decent trading city for being so far south. From frigid winds of the south. You're stepping out kind of on the northern side of this.
Well,
The city itself is secure. The walls have several devices attached that you can see that help to protect the city itself. Just so you know. You can see those devices across the wall. You're not quite sure what they do, but you've heard word that they had something that would protect them.
what time of day is it? Still morning-ish?
In Farbron, it is mid-morning.
Okay. I'll start heading into the town.
Okay.
And the city.
All right. You will see, or you will walk for a little while, probably a good 45 minutes to an hour to get to the city. And as the closer you get, the walls, they just seem to tower like madhouse. You get to the gate of Farbron, and a guard is standing there. He says, "Halt." And he looks you over.
I'll stop there.
He's looking at each of you very closely. Forsyth, are you your 3-foot halfling self? You are muted.
3.5 foot.
Oh, yeah,
Human
3.5
looking.
foot. Sorry, I keep forgetting the
No,
half.
that's fine. Well,
It's a lot
what
at
can I
that
say?
height.
Yeah, an extra 6 inches on 3 feet is a big deal.
It's important to me.
All right. He looks you all over. He lingers a moment on each of you, but he lingers the longest on Kadeth. Kadeth is tall for a human.
I'm used to it.
And he says, "What business brings you to Farbron?"
Merely passing through.
"Very well. Don't cause any trouble." And he
Don't
will
plan
allow
on
you through.
Don't plan on staying long either.
All right. You guys enter into a city. You see several things in the city. Probably 90% of the population lives in this city. You see several people in the city running toward Central Square. There seems to be some excitement in the air, mixed with some fear. There's some kind of activity going on in Farbron today. You're not quite sure what's going on.
I'll look at the others. Shall we go see what is going on?
What is the excitement about?
Go.
Okay. So we'll follow the crowd.
All right. You follow the crowd, and into the city, you will find in a cage there is only one. Okay. That's good. All right. You will see one in a cage in the city. This is a dark picture, I know. You will see this creature.
Okay.
It is a humanoid creature, but in place of a face is a tentacle.
Interesting.
Looks like a deformed ood.
It is a deformed ood.
Dude.
Ood.
Deformed dude.
You see guards on either side, and you see a gentleman kind of standing to the front, seemingly waiting for the crowd to gather just a little bit. You can hear him kind of call out, "Come, see that which torments the city, or torments the villagers, travelers, raids upon the land. They are nothing."
Have I ever even heard of this creature before?
You have, I would say, let's see, are they any further north?
What was it called again?
You will hear him call them a Sathash. This Sathash,
Spell that.
Sathosh.
Okay.
Actually, Kadeth, roll me a history. You may have actually heard of these people. Or these creatures.
History?
Yeah.
Wow. I got my lowest possible roll. I got a 9.
Jeez, old Pete.
I'm rolling wonderful today. Single digits on every roll.
All right. You're
I wish I
having
had bardic inspiration for you. You need
Right?
it.
I mean, I
my
could use my
gosh.
inspiration, but I don't necessarily want to use it on a history roll.
You find you're kind of thinking back a little bit. You recall these creatures being mentioned before, further north. For some reason, you don't recall them being in the south much at all. Um, it is too cold. And as you kind of remember, oh, it's too cold. You get a little you get a little chill. Everybody gets a little chill. It's cool down here. It's cooler than what you're used to further north. Cooler than Rormon even.
Can I roll an insight on the guy in the front?
Sure.
Is he like a three-ring circus show leader trying to earn some money? That's what I'm looking for. I suck at insight. 14.
Well, 14's not bad. You will get from him that he is definitely calling people to action. He seems to want to rally the crowds, rally people to go out and hunt or kill these nuisances. There's definitely a rallying call here. It's not something that's like, hey, this is my pet Ood over here, and we do this sideshow where I pretend to blah blah blah, and then we move to the next town. That's not it. He seems to know these townspeople. These townspeople seem to know him. They seem to listen to him, like he's done things for them before, and he seems to be trying to rally the crowd. Call to action, per se.
Will share my insight with my traveling companions. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll let you guys know that this creature doesn't normally show up this far south.
Do they do what he claims they do?
To death, you will know that they are definitely not friendly creatures by any means. Um, and they are oh, I was thinking that they told me that. They are hunters of sorts.
Hmm.
And they are not friendly in any kind, by any means, really.
Well, they aren't completely unlike what he says, but the fact that there's one this far to the south is more concerning to me.
Can you communicate with them?
I don't know that they really understand much language. They have a language of their own, but they don't. No one's really been successful at communicating with them.
Gotcha.
I'd say no, but perhaps we can ask this man here what is going on.
While they're fooling around with this, I'm going to actually try cast Speak with Animals and see if I can speak with it.
I don't believe so. Speak with animals is specifically beast, right?
It's
Yeah.
specifically. Yeah.
Okay. Um, you cast it and you try to communicate just a little bit, kind of walking closer to the staging area. It doesn't seem to understand you.
I will
Okay.
activate my helmet of comprehend languages
Ah, okay.
and go and see if I
Um,
can understand what it's saying.
all right. Okay, I might give this to you. In the meantime, let me double check some things. In the meantime, why don't we take a quick break?
We can do that.
Okay.
All right, let's take our bio break while I check all this.
All right, we're on the break screen.
Christmas rejoicing.
And we have returned.
Yay.
Back for
All right.
more.
We're back. All right, so Fix, you decide to use your helm of teleportation.
No.
That would be weird.
Right? That's the other game.
Trying to
Teleport
figure out how
out
that
there.
would help.
your helm of communication, comprehend languages.
Yes.
And attempt to listen to this creature. You get. It doesn't. Well, I'll be darned. I didn't
Look
think
at
you were
there.
gonna hop on at all.
Hello.
It is the disappeared one.
Hello! It is the disappeared one.
You disappeared into a portal to the Nine Hells.
To the Nine Hells. It was
I
not
come
to the
back
Nine
20th
Hells.
level because I'm a badass.
And then you gotta stop playing with us because we're too low level. You go
I
retire.
can carry you guys.
You go retire.
Hey, I'll see you later. Yeah, no, I didn't expect you on at all tonight. I didn't think you were going to.
I didn't either, but we got done at 8.
Ah.
And I had the top score, not just by a little bit, by 150.
Woo.
My score was 246, and nobody else came close. We went to
Wow.
top golf. We went to top
Oh.
golf. So
Yeah. Yeah.
first round I sucked, but the second
Hey.
round I got my swing back.
Isn't
Isn't
you
golf
play
supposed to
golf-
be lower?
is it low score wins?
Not in
Not
top
top
golf,
golf.
no.
Oh,
Because
no,
you're
that's
aiming
fun
for
to watch.
targets. You're aiming for targets, and the closer you get to the center of the said targets, the more points you get.
Oh,
Ah,
I have
I
never
was
heard
the
of that.
only one to hit the back wall 3 times. Not once,
love
but
top
3
golf.
times.
Nope.
Anyway, that's not D&D related. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, that's all right. We're all surprised.
We had a
Alright,
lovely
well-
funeral for you, Seeker.
Yes, there was a lovely funeral.
Evangeline cried for you.
Yeah, and now I'm back from the dead.
From
And-
outer
and-
Far more
space.
powerful.
I talked to
more
my
people are
sword
crying.
to find out if you were okay,
Yes.
and my sword said you were okay. So,
Okay.
Well,
So
the
Kadath
sword
has lost
said
his
your
mind.
fate is on your hand.
Oh,
on
okay.
your own
This-
hands.
the sword said it's up to you if you're okay.
I am okay. How are you?
Oh no, he came back with a stutter.
No, I was doing Han Solo.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
How are you?
One of his better lines.
Yeah,
okay.
that was part 3, Return of the Jedi. But go ahead.
All right. So you get what you get. Because it's not going to come through as an actual language. What you get is a mental garble. With some like their gurgles, there's some screams, there's some flashes of imagery that nothing makes sense. Nothing at all. Roll me just a constitution check.
Check or save?
Check. Because this is not what you were expecting.
Okay.
And it's
Him
not
or
much.
everyone.
Just him, because he's using the helm of
17.
whatever. 17? Okay. You feel a headache coming on. Like it's strong. You're feeling a headache coming on.
I will promptly cut off the spell.
All right. So, with your, I guess this is a good place to put passive investigation. What is your passive investigation? Of all places, I can never figure out where to put passive investigation.
And 11?
Okay, I'm gonna give this to you at an 11 with your passive investigation. You're gonna pick up, as I'm sure you, as a player, probably picked up. Their communication is telepathic. It is a telepathic communication. They're psychic. They're psionics. Not psychic, psionics.
I would relay this information to the group. See if anybody has a way to communicate with them.
Seeker, you're not there at the moment.
I get that.
Okay.
Got written out of the storyline.
Momentarily.
Actually, that's going to be quite fitting to what I wrote for Jody.
Good.
Oh, dearie me.
While there's this lull, does somebody want to catch Robert up? Not so much Seeker. No, thanks.
Well, we found a guy in the city that was able to teleport us to Farbron, which gets us a bit closer to the Foundation Stones.
He has a blink cat.
Yeah, he's a blink cat.
Oh.
And Fix was very interested in the blink cat.
Fix wants a blink cat.
So is it a cat or a cat person?
No, it's a blink cat that the guy has. So it's like a blink dog, but it's a cat instead of a dog. So.
Oh, okay.
Similar.
Yeah, and the guy ended up teleporting us for free.
Because I gave the cat some jerky.
Nice.
I bribed it with jerky.
He still doesn't know that he's missing a potion.
So the Foundation Stones of one of the cities that are out of phase.
Yeah, and it's the one. It's where we were told to go last week, basically.
By somebody, yeah.
Somebody told us to go there.
One of the cities that we speculate might be out of phase. Don't know that for sure.
Right.
Okay.
It's true.
But it's also the place that we were told we should go for something. I forget exactly what.
A note was indeed left for Seeker at the Twisted Copper where you guys stayed. A note was left for Seeker by Forsyth saying we have continued on to the destination that we originally planned, basically, in case you arrived there, which he's assuming you will remember that is the Foundation Stones.
To which
All
I'm
right.
calling the jerky holder despondently and angrily, waiting for the time when he promises to go scour the earth for Seeker.
Who's scouring the earth for me?
Well,
Me.
Fix promised.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Fix is going to go with me because he promised if I would just wait.
Yes. Evangeline was going to go tell your order, or the Order of Truth, that you had gone missing. And after what Kadath gleaned from his sword, Fix suggested we wait, as this may be tied to the gods. And in return for her agreement to wait, Fix promised that if the time came and Seeker had still not returned, he would assist her in raising the earth in search of Seeker.
I have a question. Jody, are you able to read my handwriting?
For the most part.
So instead of me typing it up so you can have quicker access, when I get to my house, I'll just send you a copy. It's just 2 pages, but short pages, mind you. They're not a full notebook page, but like the smaller notebook. It's just 2 pages that details what we talked about, and I think this would tie in beautifully to what you've created here.
Sweet. Good. I was hoping.
I'll be home in like 10 minutes, less than that.
All right. Yay! Love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
So yes, this you have gleaned this through your passive investigation that they are telepathic, psionic creatures.
And I'm gonna be approaching the guy that is holding this thing.
Okay. I mean, he's
Good, I left my
talking.
notebook at work.
Dang it.
I'll just give you a brief synopsis over text. It's okay. Or email, something like that. I'll type it up real quick.
Are you gonna interrupt him? He's like just calling.
Yeah,
And
I'll look up at him and just say, so why is this creature so far away from its usual habitat?
He will look at you very curiously. I know nothing about where their habitat is, only that they are a menace to travelers and traders to our city.
Well, unless they were brought here from the far north intentionally, I'm not sure why they would be a problem for this city.
I do not know.
They tend to stay in colder climates.
If somebody brought them here intentionally, I do not know who.
Have you attempted any kind of communication with them?
No.
Inside
Well-
check. Inside check.
Yes. There is no communication with them. One is safe. More than one, they'll take you down from the inside.
My kind of people.
Are they
So-
talking about the cats?
No.
No.
So,
No, we're talking about this creature that they have in a cage.
showing the
Oh,
picture.
I need to show you. Are you at home? I don't want to show you while you're driving.
Oh.
No, you can show me my field of vision as I'm driving.
Okay,
What the
It's
hell
what-
is that?
exactly.
It's like a
Okay.
food with a tentacle for face.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that, but what is
Yeah.
it?
They called them a Sathosh. Sathosh.
Are they shapeshifters like Sportsite?
They don't
No,
seem to
they're-
be shifting in any way.
Psionic.
They're psionic.
Kind of have the sense of eldritch horrors.
Yeah.
With them.
and-
Oh, those are fun.
yeah. Yeah. in a
That's
sense.
always fun.
Yeah, it's very Lovecraftian.
Lovecraftian. Jake's Pepsi.
Yeah, he will say, well, you know, anyone who tries to communicate with them, you get within a certain, you're getting close to them. They are either killing you with their weapons or killing you internally, mentally. One is a little easier to handle. You get more together and it becomes very dangerous very quickly.
I see. So, how many of these have you run across near the city?
I've heard of their attacks all the time. The first ones I've run across, this is the last one. We killed 3 others.
Seems rather rude.
It is survival. They were attacking us.
Do you think they're not trying to survive?
Well, yes, they were trying to survive. We were trying to survive. We were the victors.
Yeah, history's written by the victors.
So,
Fair.
has there been any word that there are others?
As of when I brought this one in, not yet. But I'm sure I did not kill all of them that are out there.
Perhaps. I'm just going to, since I think I probably stepped away from Fix at the moment, I'm gonna turn back to him. Were you able to communicate with it at all?
No, but it gave me one hell of a headache.
Interesting. We don't have any way to communicate psionically, do we?
Not
I
I.
tried to speak to it as a beast, but it did not answer.
I don't think they speak in a usual manner. I think they only speak mentally. And even then, it may be dangerous.
Comprehend.
And as much as I'd like to help in this situation, I'm not sure what we could do. It doesn't seem like there are many of these out there. There shouldn't be any down around this city.
I don't know how we would be able to transport it back, but I don't know that this guy should have it with him either.
I have a question.
Answer.
The scepter. It has several buttons on it.
Yes.
Or it has... Anyway, you listed it as a few
Have-
buttons and switches.
Have you?
Is it only...
Go ahead.
I know it does the one thing. Is that with just one of the buttons or switches, or have I learned that you have to press multiple to make that work?
It's a combination.
Okay.
Have you tried the combination up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start?
I tried that, but it didn't give me my eternal life like I thought it would.
Okay, up, up, down, down, left, right. Be a select start.
For
that you
two
can have
players.
two players.
Aha!
Yes. But I'm greedy and I just go for start.
It sounds like a cheat code here.
It is the Konami code.
It is the Konami code.
The what?
The
The
Konami
Contra.
code. It was originally in the video game Contra. It gave you 30 lives. It has been used multiple times over other games, and is
And
sort of
eventually became a meme.
a cult reference.
Yep. Super Mario Brothers 3, it gave you 99 lives.
Okay.
There's even shirts with it on it, stuff like that. It's a whole cultural reference.
In fact, there's a YouTube channel called Up Up Down Down that references it.
Yep.
Okay.
I am going to cast invisibility on myself.
All right. Evangeline disappears.
Oh,
I am going
first seeker now, Evangeline.
to
We're trapping like flies.
move in towards the cage.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Detect Magic while I'm standing there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am home, so I just wanted to check. Go on.
All
I'm
right.
casting Detect Magic, by the way.
Okay. Okay. I don't think. Yeah. You're not going to sense any magic on this creature.
Okay. What about the cage?
The cage.
Just a big blob of magic walking around it.
Yeah, but I know what
yeah.
that is.
Yeah, you see the glob of magic.
I'm used to
in
that
the
blob at this point.
in the shape of Evangeline. You do not sense magic on the cage.
Okay.
Evangeline, how close are you gonna get?
I'm going to keep going closer until I am standing next to the cage without touching it, or I'm going to feel excruciating pain, in which case I'll walk away.
Okay.
What I'm looking for is, I'm figuring, I want to see if this creature responds to my proximity to the cage and my movement around it.
Okay. As you do that, will you get close to the cage? Man, I think your microphone is picking up your speaker again, Rob.
Yep.
Okay, change to another one. Sorry.
No, that's fine. You often are not aware of something like that unless somebody tells you.
That better?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Well,
We'll see.
Better.
No. As a matter of fact, it puts you in a bucket. You sound muffled. Oh,
How about now?
yeah, that will
that's
work.
better.
Okay.
Okay.
Stay awake, Joe. Stay awake.
You can do it.
I'm right there with you. Every time my hand goes like this, that's what I'm doing.
It's like, we've all had very long days. If you're watching, just to let you know.
Yeah.
So, as you get close to the cage, it will turn, as it will sense you there. And it will turn and it will kind of watch you because you are the closest to the cage at this point.
I will continue to make a circumference or around the perimeter of the cage, but non-threatening, just investigatively.
Okay. It will follow you around the cage. Those of you who are watching, you can see that it's Kadeth, you know what it's watching because you've got Detect Magic up. But the rest of you will notice that it is paying attention to something around the cage. Kind of turning around as if it's following something.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Do I have a decent idea that it's Evangeline? Like, if I look around and don't see her.
Probably.
She did disappear, probably. She has done this before.
Yeah.
Disappear for, apparently no reason and run off on her own.
We may not be able to understand it, but Fix will go up near the cage and just look at it and be like, and he'll think it and say, "Do you understand me?"
It will turn around. I don't know that it will. Okay, it will turn around because it sees you. Well, it senses you. You notice that this thing does not have eyes.
Right.
It turns around. It doesn't seem to understand.
Okay. And he'll just say over the little comms, like, "I don't know what we can do from here." You guys still there?
I'm gonna
Oh, okay, cool.
try rather than speaking anything, I'm going to try to put in my mind just a picture of anywhere like north of here that I would recognize, and just put a picture of that in my mind and just think of that locale without any words.
Okay. It will turn around in your general direction. And still it's not really responding to you.
I don't see any difference in its demeanor.
No.
I will head back towards where Fix is. Or I guess where I left Fix at originally, before my invisibility drops.
All right. You go back. After a little bit of time. Well, your invisibility is 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Depends on the particular spell.
Well, I think
Some are an
hers is
hour.
actually 10 minutes.
And as I do that, what I want to do is I want to watch, but as I do that, because I've totally, completely, he's followed me all the way around the cage. And as I walk away, I want to see if he kind of realizes where I'm going.
Yeah, he will kind of stay facing your general direction.
Is he tracking me? That's the word I was looking for.
What's your passive No, actually, that would be active investigation. Or perception. I will allow you to use perception for this as well.
Can I use investigation?
Okay, yeah, use investigation. You're kind of experimenting, so yeah.
Investigation 6.
I sent you an email, Jody.
19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you found, he does seem to be tracking you until you get about 60 feet away, and then he seems to lose sight of you, or seems to lose where you went.
I'll drop invisibility. When I drop invisibility, I'm going to walk within 60 feet of the cage and see if he picks up on me.
Okay.
At that point.
Okay. You just met. I don't know if he knows you yet.
He doesn't know me well enough.
He doesn't know you well enough.
We did develop a circle.
I am going to say that with the movement, he's nervous. He kind of watches in the general direction of where you kind of left the area, and every little movement, you can see that when people move about, he kind of turns that direction, especially if they come closer, like Fix being near the cage or the guy that's standing in front. The rest of the crowd, he doesn't seem to really be paying attention to because they're a little further away. When you come back toward within 60 feet, 55 feet, 50 feet, he's honed in on you again.
I will and tell the my party members, he has honed in on me. There is at least some intelligence. It's not just this is not just a monster. Not saying that it's not evil, but he knows I'm here. He knows I left, and he knows I'm back. And I will begin to walk around the cage again, only not invisible.
Okay. And he will kind of follow you as you walk around the cage in the same sense as when you were invisible. His movements are no different. It didn't matter that you were invisible or visible.
That's what I was hoping for. The first time the invisibility was so the other guy didn't see.
What does the crowd seem to be doing? Like, what's their reaction to her getting closer or to what the guy's saying or anything like that?
The crowd, while the guy was talking, because he's kind of stopped talking at this point, because Fix has approached the cage. You have talked to him. Evangeline's now walking around the cage. He's no longer like rallying the crowd. But prior to this, rallying the crowd, the crowd were getting that mob mentality, like, yeah, we need to get rid of them. Yeah, like we can do this. And they were getting behind it. As if when they saw Fix approach the cage, they kind of quieted down. He stopped talking, was talking to you, so now they're kind of listening. When Evangeline approached the cage even closer, they seem interested. Like, what is this creature going to do? Like, are we going to see how they act, how they attack, how they, like, what is this creature going to do?
Okay. So they're more curious at the moment than anything else. Um, and not sure what to do.
Fix looks to the guy that was riling people up and just says, and maybe you already said this, and I apologize if I missed it. He just says, where did you find him? Or it?
He kind of points out kind of toward the main gate. Outside the city, probably maybe an hour's ride outside of the city.
Was he alone?
No, I killed 3 of his friends, or 3 of his tribe, or whatever they called themselves. Well, I and my compatriots. And he kind of points at the other 2 that are with him.
Looking at them, do they seem like they are capable fighters, or did they just get lucky?
The 2 that are standing on either side of the cage look like they're fairly capable fighters. Probably not as well as what you've seen Kadeth or Seeker do before, but can hold their own. Pegging them maybe around 4th level.
Okay.
But they are fairly capable fighters. The guy that's kind of leading the charge, he doesn't seem to be a fighter per se. You're figuring he has a bow on him. He might be a ranger or possibly even a magic user of some kind. But he's not like, I'm a fighter with a sword and a shield or anything like that. He definitely doesn't get in the middle of anything.
He looks to Kadeth, so you think we should investigate where they were found and see if we can track them back to their lair or where they came from?
That might not be a bad idea.
And he looks back to the gentleman and he says, "Would you mind showing us specifically where you found them?"
Sure. I absolutely can lead you out there.
Cody, did you hear what I
What
said?
happens if I cast Mage Hand?
I did not hear what you had to say, but I did read the email. Did
Oh,
you?
okay, that's what I was asking. Had you
Oh,
gotten
okay.
it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I did get your email. I'm working on responding it while I.
Okay.
Okay. What's your question, Evangeline?
If I want to cast Mage Hand,
Uh-huh.
and see what response the creature might have to a gentle touch.
Okay. You cast Mage Hand, kind of goes between the bars, and starts to touch him. A soft caress of his shoulder. I don't know. Where are you touching him?
His
Sounds
Petting his
wrong.
trunk.
petting it.
That sounds wrong.
Right?
Yeah, I wasn't going there.
Touching him gently on the shoulder. He will turn around quickly and go to smack your mage hand kind of off. He responds violently.
Can't say as I blame him, he's in a cage.
Well, I like the idea of going and investigating where they may have come from.
Agreed.
And potentially preventing any further ones from approaching the city if there's more. Try and keep this from becoming a problem. So I'm gonna look at the guy and say, well, please lead us to where you found them.
Of course I will. Do you want all of us to come, or do you want me to just take you so that they can stay here with this thing?
You can leave your companions here with this one for now, and I think we're going to investigate the situation and see if we might be able to solve it without any further bloodshed needed. But also keeping in mind the safety of this city.
Got it. Not sure how you're going to communicate with this things, but sure. I mean, I guess if you can get them home, it solves our problem.
Very well. Lead the way.
I shall. He'll head out of the gate, and you've got about an hour walk. Anything you wish to do during that time?
No.
All right. He leads you about an hour out of the city, and lo and behold, you do see 3 dead things like this, kind of pulled off the road and off to the side. He said, "We cleared the road. They're here." and he will show you the 3 dead ones.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Detect Magic, and I'll keep casting it every 10 minutes.
Okay. You're not.
So just
picking
gonna
up
basically keep it
anything.
up
Okay.
until we find what we're looking for.
That
And
other weird
Okay.
email's from my work email. Sorry, I found what I thought I left at work.
Uh-oh. Okay.
start looking around for any tracks or any signs of where they might have come from.
Okay. Roll me a survival. That's tracking.
And feel free to you guys to look at that too, because I'm rolling like crap and only have a +1 in survival. So
Well,
I got
I
a
can at
3.
least
Too bad I'm
assist
not there. I have a
you.
+4.
I think I found. I think I found the road, and I think I found the footprints by their body that I made. I got a 3.
I got
Indeed,
16.
you did.
You got a what?
16.
16. All right.
And I'm closer
as-
to the ground, so I should get a bonus.
No. As you look around, Cadet, you're just kind of looking around the bodies. Fix finds a trail that leads off toward the northern part of the road, off north, kind of over a hill or whatever. You know, it leads off to the north, kind of into the wilderness, not along the road.
I would show Kadath.
All right, I'll start heading that way and tell Fix to just tell me when to turn.
Left, 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 right, left.
All right. As you continue onward, I need some perception. Do you want this guy? He's gonna be like, "Do you want me to follow you?"
No.
mean, I'm willing to.
I'll tell him to go back to the city and wait
I got
for
a
us there.
22.
Good. 22.
Yep.
I got a 1.
Nice. Woohoo.
Wow,
You have gone blind.
I got a 2.
I am looking at Cadet's feet.
And
Yeah,
thinking
you're
they're
watching-
yours.
You're watching me trip over things because I got a 2.
I got a 17.
When I'm
I-
not there,
I-
you guys
I
just fall
see.
apart.
Forsyth. Of all people, you're gonna see this.
Well, I am. After
Well, that's
all,
true. You're a little more perceptive than most.
it's one
So-
area of expertise.
So it kind of just walking along, you are going to begin to hear some noises ahead. Sounds like spears and shields shuffling, thumps on the ground. There's no voices, but you definitely hear noises.
Okay, I will alert my fellow compatriots to the potential encounter in front of us.
Okay, I'll start moving a little more stealthily.
Okay. Roll me some stealth checks. Let's see how close you can get.
Let's see how bad this will be, because I have disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
no.
Oh, now I roll good.
Oh, well, there you go.
With disadvantage, I got a 15.
What?
Disadvantage and a +0.
I got a 14.
Nice.
I got a lousy 25.
Your lousy rolls are better than most people's good rolls.
I apologize. What were we rolling?
Stealth.
Stealth.
You're
Well,
so stealthy.
yeah, I'm so stealthy. Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
Well, most of y'all are doing pretty good, so unless
Well,
you
I,
completely botch it.
I have disadvantage.
Well, so
So
did
do
the
I.
rest.
I
Okay.
managed to get a 15 though.
One of them was a 15, but that was the higher one. The other one is an
Yeah.
11.
An 11. Okay. Wow. You guys are taking extra precaution and
Putting me in front.
putting
Yeah.
putting Forsyth up front so he can warn you of pitfalls, broken branches, various other things so you can avoid them. You kind of crest over a hill and you see in front of you you see 12 of these things. Seemingly a few of them are most of them are just kind of standing around and kind of waiting. They seem to be waiting for something. A couple of them are in the middle, kind of pushing each other, kind of being aggressive toward each other. The way you kind of see this, it's kind of almost like how a wolf pack would challenge the alpha, or something of that nature. This seems like a hierarchy scuffle of some kind, to the best of your knowledge.
Does there seem to be, like, looking around, is there any... Well, I've still got detect magic going, first of all, but I'm looking to see if there seems to be, I know, well, I know that's only like 30 feet, but like any kind of portal or any kind of obvious way they may have gotten here.
No, not that you see. This looks like they've kind of maybe been here, just taking a quick glance around. This looks like they may have been here for a while. There's some humans and other human kin, like halflings and dwarves and whatnot, that are dead, lying around. Um, it looks like they've been here for a little while.
Okay. How many of them are there?
12.
Okay. I'm going to back everybody off a bit and say, okay, obviously this is where they're either a hunting party looking for the one we found, or this is where he was found. And maybe it's best we have him returned here and avoid contact with them altogether.
Possibly.
Just a recommendation.
I'm curious how they got here in the first place.
Maybe they follow beyond cake. Someone could have imported them. Someone could have, or they could have been here all along and just kept to themselves, but someone disrupted their lives.
But these things live in the north. They don't live down here. They live in colder climates.
That's why I think it might be that they came looking for their compatriot. And in returning him to them, maybe they just turn around and go back north.
Possible.
I don't think vindictiveness would be a logical choice for them.
Evangeline, you seem to have made some sort of connection with the one in the cage. Do you think you could convince it to come here and take it, friends, for lack of a better word, back to their native climate?
vehicle, I might be able to get it to follow me. Once, as long as it seems like as long as you're out of a 60-foot range, they cannot seem to sense you, or he could not seem to track me.
Could be that
But
he didn't
once
care past that range.
I moved into that range, I mean, he tracked me the whole time I was there. When I moved out, he obviously lost me. As I was moving back in, somewhere between 50 and 60 feet in, he caught me again and tracked me again. And
Right.
so I believe he recognized me as being the same person.
Are you able to Misty Step, teleport, short distance, anything of that nature?
Uh, actually,
Dimension Door, Misty Step, or anything that'll give you speed so you can get away real quick.
yes, I can do Expeditious Retreat. That
Okay.
will allow me to get away. Move in a hurry.
Because if we can stay just outside of the 60-foot range of it, you stay just inside that range, then perhaps we could lead it out here. And if you can initially get across to it the idea of it leaving and taking the others of its kind back to the north, maybe they'll leave the area.
Perhaps I had no luck in creating any sort of communication roughness. I just know that it recognized me. I think if we go back into town and I go back to it, if it pulls me out of a crowd again, I think that will be a better sign that it may follow me.
Maybe if you think at it hard enough.
Oh, I do have something I can think about now that relates to them.
Yeah.
Before, when I just tried to think in imagery, I just picked a random place that I knew that was to the north. But if I can see them and then picture that in my mind, maybe it'll be, maybe he can see it. Maybe he can relate to that. I guess it couldn't hurt to give it a try.
It's worth a try.
What's the worst that can happen? Everybody dead. Someone 11.
Everybody dead. All right. So you're gonna head back to Roma? Nope, Farbron.
Farbron.
Yeah.
All right. You start to head back, or you head back to Farbron. There, you're gonna see the guy back with the cage because you told him to go back to the city. They're there. The crowd, some of the crowd has dispersed, and some of the crowd has stuck around to see what comes of this, per se.
going to begin to walk towards the cage.
All right. When you guys begin to, well, are all of you going to come up to this guy, or are you like what are the rest of you doing?
I'm over here
Backing-
sleeping.
I'm backing up. Backing up Evangeline.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You will definitely draw his attention as you begin to approach. He senses you all there, and he takes a defensive pose within the cage. What's the plan?
I'm going to get within range to where if he latches onto me again.
He definitely is looking at your guys' general direction. You have people following you too. You can't really tell if he's latching onto you specifically, or if it's just the group coming that way.
Well, if everybody stays outside the 60-foot range.
Yeah, I think the rest of us need
Yeah.
to stay outside the 60-foot range. So
Okay.
I'll
I'm
look
just
at.
40 feet. I'm 40 feet behind her because I can cover that distance really quick.
Okay.
Not as Forsyth, but
Yeah. So it's gonna look your way. As you begin to move, he is honing in on you, Evangeline, because you are the closest to him. Like, he is honing in on you, and you're the one moving. Everybody else is just kind of standing still, talking, doing whatever. They're not moving toward him or away from him. You are the motion. He is going toward you.
Keeping his attention by staying in that spot. I'm going to put that image in my mind of his people.
All right.
And in order to see if this works, we got to release him.
Does he seem to have any response while she's standing there that we can see?
He seems to just be tracking her,
Okay.
watching her. They have no eyes.
Because I could vortex warp him out of the cage.
I mean, the guy's standing right there. You could let him out.
Well,
if you want him
so
to.
before we release it, I'm gonna go talk to the guy.
All right. He thinks y'all crazy.
I'm gonna let him know our plan, but first, what we need to do is we need to provide a 120-foot wide path out of the city, or we need to get the cage out of the city before we release him.
Basically, where there's nobody he can sense except me.
He says it's probably easier to just take the cage out of here to ensure the safety of the people.
That's fine. We can take it as
Yeah.
far away as we need to.
All right. His compatriots slide a couple of bars through what looks like rings on the cage, and now they're able to lift it up. That's how they got it in here. So they're able to lift it up and carry it the direction in which you need to take it.
Okay. And I'm gonna make sure that we're keeping the crowd back from it.
Okay. Crowd's watching. When it comes to the gate, not many. There might be 2 or 3 people who actually follow out of the gate to see what's going on. But I would say 90% of them, maybe even 98% of them, stop at the gate. They don't.
And
They
the-
don't leave the city.
The 2 or 3 that look like they're wanting to follow and watch, I'm just gonna turn around and tell them, you stay here.
Oh, okay.
They should stay inside, and the gate should be closed.
Yeah, and I'll look at the gate guard and tell them until we return, it would be wise to close the gate for now.
Once we get it so far out,
Got
we
it.
also maybe should send the ones who are carrying it back in as well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that
especially
only
since
us,
they're endangering-
and the creature
All right.
are there.
Very well. Don't let it come back. Don't let
We
it
won't.
terrorize the city.
We'd rather
We
not
won't.
kill it, but we will do so if we need to keep the city safe.
Very well. They will make their way back into the city. The guards will close the gate, catch the stragglers, bring them inside, close the gate, slide a bar, and you see a couple of guards kind of pop up at the wall, just kind of watching.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right. Well, why don't the rest of us get 60 feet to either side from it? That way we can get in from from all sides if need be, and
And
let
stay
Evangeline open the gate on the
just
cage.
in that
open the cage.
range. I'll use my mage hand to open the cage.
All right. Cage opens. It's comes out of the cage. It seems focused on you. Doesn't seem to even sense anybody else. So focusing on you, he's gonna start heading north to like circumvent you per se.
I'll continue to walk with him,
and we
but
will shadow her.
allowing him to go around me.
Okay. Well,
But
he is gonna.
create that non-aggressive.
Okay. Like following, but letting him keep his distance.
Right.
So he kind of follows. He circumvents you. He realizes that you're following him. He's kind of watching you. As he gets close to you guys, are you backing up to make sure you stay outside of the 60 feet?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
See,
So he goes around, and as you follow him an hour out of the city, and he does make it back to that tribe. And he will come in.
Okay.
He will go into that tribe.
We're gonna stay out of range, but watch what they do.
Yeah. Once he gets to that point, I will, as he's going into the tribe, I will stop and let him move forward.
All right. He goes to the tribe. You leave the 60-foot range, I'm assuming, ish.
Yeah, basically, I
Okay.
let him exit that range.
Okay. He gets into the tribe. As you guys watch, when he gets into the tribe, a couple of them kind of come at him pretty aggressively. He seems to push them off. He pushes one of them down, grabs the shield, grabs the spear. He seems to he's turning around where he last sensed you. And he seems to be, after some of that aggression that he came in, that you can see that he's establishing the leadership again. You see the group kind of shift almost in unison to Evangeline's last known position.
so do they look like they're going to? Do they look angry?
They are always exuding aggression.
Mm,
I don't know how you can tell if they're a happy, aggressive person.
Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself and then Hex on the leader.
Over the comms, I say, I would like to have a barbecue.
I would like to.
I so wish I was there right
I
now.
will
I could
prep
accommodate a barbecue.
expeditious retreat just in case they charge.
Okay.
But I will make sure to step back and make sure I am outside of that range.
Okay.
Just for safety's sake,
Mhm.
I am going to cast Call Lightning
Okay.
between us and them,
Okay.
so that if they approach, I can just
Zap 'em.
I can hit the ground in front of them to get them hopefully to stop.
Okay. All right. As you guys are all, whoop, okay, they're still aggressive. You're preparing yourself. They're going to start. Is their movement? Okay, their movement is 30 feet. They're going to move the full 30 feet toward Evangeline's last position. They definitely seem aggressive. They kind of break up into like a group of 5 over here, a group of
I will strike lightning
3.
right where she was standing.
Okay.
Attempting to basically intimidate them into just moving on.
Okay. There's 3 groups. They kind of break off into groups just a little bit. The guy that you led back to the group is in a group of 3 in the middle. And they kind of split up just a little bit as they start to head toward Evangeline's position. Almost like they're going to flank her, surround her per se, as a pack would. And the lightning strikes, they pause a moment, and they go to sense. Are you trying to stay outside of their 60 feet?
Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
I'm attempting
everybody.
to.
You're attempting to. Okay.
Yeah.
And they pause a moment as they see that, and then they kind of go, or they sense that shock there, and then they go around and continue forward. They are searching for Evangeline at this point.
You might need to get back into that range
spreading out.
just
Okay.
temporarily.
I will.
Make sure you're under the cloud though, so I can use it.
Yeah. I will allow myself to be back in that 60-foot range of
Okay.
counting on my fellow party members to watch those that are flanking.
Okay. All right. Everybody's doing that. As soon as you get into that 60-foot range and they sense you, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hit me where it hurts. Oh wait, that's my best.
Well,
Luckily,
this is just
her.
Evangeline at this point.
18.
Nice.
18. Nice.
The moment
right.
Evangeline exhibits any form of like pain or being attacked or being assaulted, anything, Fix is launching a fireball right in the middle of them.
All right. They
And
are
I will be hitting them with lightning.
fanning out. How big is a fireball?
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius?
And if I have to pick between groups, it is the leader's group I'm hitting first.
Okay, you will, because they're fanning out they're about 20 feet apart at the moment. Each group is about 20 feet apart. So you have 5, 3, and 4. The 3 is the leader's group.
And she was attacked?
She was attacked. Evangeline, you're getting... It was a mental strike. It was a headache, and almost an instant headache, but you don't have any damage. It's just kind of like, it's kind of...
All right.
You launch the fireball, and Seeker, when that opens for you,
When what?
when that opens for you,
Okay.
you will see the fireball, and you will see these strange creatures. Not the ones you took care of before, but the ones I showed you, the
Right.
tentacle face. You will see these strange creatures kind of fanning out to surround Evangeline, who is directly opposite you. She's on the far side, probably about 50 feet or so from these creatures. So it's her 50 feet to the creatures and about 30 feet to you where that portal is.
Well, let me know when I can do something.
I will do. Let me know your fireball. Is that a reflex save?
Yes, a dexterity
is.
save.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
be sending an Eldritch Blast at the
I can't hear
leader.
Robert.
Not
Really?
again.
You're kidding me.
I
Just
can.
close Discord and reopen it.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll also hit with a lightning bolt into the group of 5.
Okay, yeah, you were ready for that.
Yes, I was.
I 2 failed, 1 saved.
43 points of damage if they failed. That is very close to max damage. I
Is
rolled
it half?
half.
Is it half save?
Yes, half if they saved.
Okay, 43. Half of 43 is 21. All right. 2 of them fell. One of them being the leader.
I rolled 5 6s, 2 5s, and a 3.
Holy cow.
Yup.
All right. A lightning strike
within-
because that's your bonus action.
Right.
Isn't
Are they
it?
within
Yeah.
5 feet of each other?
The 5 are within 5 feet of each other. The 4 are within 5 feet of each other.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I
there's
was
the
going up to
single
the
one.
5.
Okay.
So it's 14 or 7. Unfortunately, rolled real bad.
Oh, is this
That's
a
also
reflex?
dex save. Yes, dex save.
Okay, what's your DC?
13.
Okay, 4 of them saved. 1 of them did not.
Okay, so one of them takes 14 and the other takes 7.
All right.
But since this lasts for 10 minutes,
Yeah, it's still up. At this point, I will
Would I be
need
able to get an
initiatives.
Would I have been able to get an Eldritch Blast off before during that, or if not, that's fine.
I'm gonna say no
Okay.
because Joe already said I'm readying a fireball like
Right.
quite a while ago. Yeah.
I
So I'm
wasn't
gonna
specifically
say
readying it, so
yeah. You put up armor of Agathis, you hex the other one. You could move your hex. I would let you do that because that's kind of a bonus action. You could do
yeah,
that real quick.
I would move the hex to one of the others in that same group.
The surviving one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And at this point, I will need initiatives.
19 for Seeker.
Seeker. 19.
18 for
13.
Evangeline.
Evangeline is an 18. Forsyth
13.
is a 13.
21.
Fix. 21. Kadeth
5.
is a 5. Oh
Wait.
my gosh.
Chuck, is that including the D8 from Gift of Alacrity?
How's that going?
I had said that every morning I
Every
would
morning.
be casting it
Oh,
on
okay.
Fix and Chuck, since it's
I
an
totally
8-hour
missed that.
spell.
Well, then I got a 13.
Ooh, that's
I
better.
rolled an 8 on the D8.
Hey, there you go.
All right.
Because I don't have to do like mage armor like most casters have to do it every morning.
Right.
So I do Gift of Alacrity instead, and then I use a sorcery point to twin it on us.
Very nice.
All right.
It'd be nice to have a twin. Oh,
That does bring us to combat, which I don't want to get into. We have 4 minutes left. However,
totally get that.
as
Did we
this
notice
starts to go
Seeker?
off, the fireball goes off, and when that fireball kind of dissipates, you do see a portal open up on the far side of these guys, and you will see Seeker walking through, fully ready to do battle. Has anything changed about your person?
Oh,
Like-
hell yeah.
Like, did a look change? Did just the demeanor change? Do you want to share anything like as far as that goes?
Well, the biggest thing that you guys see is in Seeker's right hand, he's got the mephitic staff in his hand still, but he's kind of holding it palm open, and there's a tiny orange ball floating above it. And he's looking at the people threatening his friend Evangeline with ill intent. That's the biggest thing you see. His armor seems to have taken on a more darker, more gray feature to it. His hair has grown about 6 inches. It's longer than it was. It's like cascading down his face. His eyes, just like in the picture, are even more stark white. There's no pupils. And
But
he
he's still
seems
fourth
to
level.
be, and he still seems to be burning even more so with there is a divine there, but there seems to be a strong arcane presence there as well. You can't quite put your finger on it, but he looks very different. Scarier, even.
He's scarier.
Yeah.
Gary.
Scary.
Rob, can you
Alright.
send me a list of changes so that I can get that to the artist? I had asked him to pause his rendition, so just give me a list of those changes so I can get that to our artist.
Well, do you want me to put it in the chat, I guess?
Yeah, that would be fine. I just want to be able to cut and paste so that there's no misinterpretation.
I see chatter or general?
Either. Probably general.
All right. And that is where we're going to pause. Seeker's coming back. Changed. He's
Over.
a changed man.
Over the comms, I say, "See, Evangeline, told you he'd be back."
But is it
Seems like-
really him?
Evangeline will just stand there, staring straight ahead, with a smile on her face.
Woohoo!
All right, you didn't know I was coming back because I didn't know I was going to be here tonight either, but
Yeah,
everything
I
finished
didn't.
at 8.
All right, good
Right.
timing.
That works.
You
It's
know,
good
just
timing.
jumped on.
Yep. Good
All
timing.
right.
All right. So that is where we're going to pick up next week. Because I can't get into a battle in 4 minutes. Are you kidding me?
No,
There's
no
no,
way.
there's
No,
no such
That
way.
guarantees a battle next week.
There will be a battle next week. That is for sure. All right. So for those of you who were watching and stayed with us all this time, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you know that we're live. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you, everyone.
Bye.